Cirque du Soleil's Welby Altidor was one of our featured guest speakers addressing the topic of living the promise. Welby's led a number of large-scale creative projects for Cirque as a director of creation in the Images, Events, and Lifestyle division. Most recently, he was given the significant responsibility to be the director of creation for a major Cirque show, Michael Jackson's One. We spoke with Welby shortly after he finished his presentation at Think. Some of the discussion at Think this year involves a fine-tuning of the definition of credit unions. Can you describe in a few words the magic that makes Cirque what it is?
In some ways, it's easily summarized because when you think of the keywords, we have three words that we use, for the mission of what Cirque stands for. It's to provoke, to invoke, and to evoke the imagination of people around the world. So these are really the three words. Ultimately, it comes down to that. But of course, when we work, on the different projects at creating those experiences and to move people and inspire them and make them laugh and all those beautiful things, it's never as easy. So, you were referring to this, the difficulty for credit unions to really connect the promise that they have, which is a great promise, to, an awareness of people out there, knowing what credit unions do. And I think this challenge is true for any organizations. It's true at Cirque. We continue to craft and explore how can we communicate that mission of what we do better in a way that's simpler. But at the end of the day, it's usually much easier to actually just experience it and then understanding what the promise of Cirque is all about.
Is Cirque's brand promise a constraint, or is it an inspiration for everything that you do?
It's certainly it's a beautiful constraint. That's what I would say. Because it's so important and it focuses ultimately the work, and it helps us also to evaluate, what works, what resonates with an audience, and what doesn't really resonate as much. So the promise is really, really important in terms of focusing the work and focusing the aspirations as well of the work.
It's often said that to succeed, you need to take some risks. Even though Cirque has a reputation for amazing, incredible experiences, as an organization, you must balance risk and reward, right?
No, you're right, because, in some ways, when we do it right, and I think that I would expand and say, for me, what I find interesting is that tension that exists between the creativity and the business aspects, between the dream and, the constraint. There is a tension there, that exists, and when you're able to harness, that tension, it becomes something really powerful because, there's that saying that, that constraint is the mother of creativity. So when you have that mindset, I think those constraints are just allies, in making the vision strong and compelling.
How do you think credit unions can bring a bit of magic to what they're doing day to day?
Yeah, and I would translate magic for me by meaning, the meaning of it all. Why do we do what we do and for what reason? And, those dreams, why do we want to accomplish them and what do they mean, in our lives? And how can we start the real profound conversations, with the members, the customers, the people that we're trying to move. I think that's really at the heart of the exploration. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think it can give really profound results.
Thank you, Welby, for participating at Think and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.